And Luke, the joy of Christmas. Those are the topics tonight on Monday, November 16th, 2020 on the final RMU Extra of the semester in the big Christmas episode of the show. I'm Austin Bechtold, as I mentioned, alongside my co-host Luke Yost. On tonight's show, Luke, Cameron McCurriole will talk to Luke about Disney's The Mandalorian. Jared Calvert will join me to discuss the latest new music that was recently released, along with his favorite Christmas songs that you should listen to this holiday season. Colby Sherwin will conclude his trio of Charlie Brown specials talking about Charlie Brown Christmas, and John Hanna will break down his Christmas movies or Christmas songs rather, and Sam Dutch will also be back to talk to me about This Is Us. But before we jump into the main portions of the show, Luke, today is the Christmas edition of RMU Extra. How exciting is this?
I'm super excited. We got our stockings up.
We do.
And it's going to be a great show. I'm really excited. I've been talking about Christmas all week, and we're going to talk about that later in the show. For the last couple of weeks, not just this week, the last couple of weeks, I've bumped in with a little Christmas segment. But, yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, but one note that we want to talk about before we jump in a lot of Christmas things is the weekend. We'll be playing the Super Bowl halftime show. Pepsi announced it, and it's pretty big news, as you can see right here on a tweet that Pepsi announced. The Super Bowl this year is going to be in Tampa Bay, Florida, a place that has been very popular and familiar to the Steelers, who currently are 9-0. I'm not gonna say anything to jinx it or being in Pittsburgh.
Their last Super Bowl win did come in Raymond J. Stadium, thanks to Santonio Holmes and a great toe tap in the back of the end zone, both feet down. It's 2 feet. But yeah, it's going to be exciting, and a weekend might have to serenade another Steelers Super Bowl.
It certainly would make for a very exciting night, but knock on wood, we won't go that much in detail on it. But for the second week in a row, CBS is releasing a second round of new shows debuting this week. Some of those shows tonight, All Rise premieres at 9 p.m., followed by Bull with former NCIS star Michael Weatherly. That's 10 o'clock. And speaking of NCIS, premieres on Tuesday at 8 p.m., followed by new seasons of FBI and a new series that's actually going to be in its second year this year, FBI Most Wanted. That's your Tuesday night, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m., NCIS, FBI, and FBI Most Wanted, which I definitely will be watching. But right now, I'm joined by Sam Dutch.
Hello.
Sam, you come on every episode this year.
So much fun.
So I really want to thank you for that.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to first ask you about This Is Us. What did you make of the last episode? Because we had a lot going on, as always.
Yeah, there's always so much going on. Of course, it started at the beginning. We started off with I don't even know, who we think it is Randall's actual mom. Do you think that's Randall's mom?
So let's talk about that. Is Randall's mom alive? I mean,
yeah,
it looks like it is. She is.
The first episode, the 2-hour-long special, ended with her, and she was alive. So I'm thinking she's still alive and out there, and I'm really looking forward to that, playing into the plot. Yeah.
So what do you think of the scene of the big three, obviously, going back to basically a scene from the past, from when they were in 8th grade when they had a lot of friends over?
Yeah.
It was pretty intriguing to see just how things have kind of transformed from then to now.
For sure. It was really interesting to see Randall, how he chose that for his little childhood memory with the girl that was interested in him. And then Kate seeing her friend and her that, and then seeing Kevin working out with his dad. So there was a lot that kind of played into this episode, as they always do. So yeah, it's cool.
So Randall looks like he's found a new therapist. He left the old therapist. He wanted someone to try to connect better to him.
Right.
What do you think of this? And do you think it's going to work out for Randall better than his last therapist?
Yeah, I think his last therapist was really helpful for him. However, I do think that this one is what he needs right now. So I think it's good that he found a new one. And I'm excited to see how their relationship progresses.
So one thing that I thought was really interesting, Kevin and Madison, just their relationship in general. So first, just tell me what your thoughts of that is, just from the get-go.
Yeah, I think them starting to share more of their darker or deepest secrets or whatever, the truth about themselves, is definitely going to help their relationship grow. I feel like part of it's almost forced. They feel like they have to force this relationship. But I think over time it will be able to grow, especially with their kids coming. So.
Yeah. Does anything really surprise you with their relationship? Because it kind of just, came about pretty suddenly.
Yeah, I think it's surprising how he just proposed, and that's kind of, they didn't really talk about that at all. They're just like, oh, like, are we, I don't know. So that's really surprising to me. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
We also saw Kate and Toby. That looks like they might be adopting a new child.
Right.
With the mother her dad is from Pittsburgh. So
yeah,
that's
that was
pretty
cool.
interesting.
Had a little Steelers mask.
Right.
That
so
was a nice little, yeah.
this is a very Pittsburgh Christmas show.
I know,
at the
it
moment.
really is.
So
yes.
let's transition into Christmas. What is your favorite part of just the Christmas season?
I love Christmas. My favorite part of Christmas is
I can tell by the sweater.
Yes, stress blessed, Christmas obsessed. So my favorite part is giving gifts. I just love giving gifts. Obviously receiving gifts too, but something about just giving just really makes me happy. Christmas music, love it all the time. And there's just so much magic with the Christmas season, Christmas lights and ice skating down by the big tree in Pittsburgh, and hot chocolate, all of it. It's all so good.
So if you had to pick out of one, either chocolate chip cookies or gingerbread men, what would you have to pick? Because my aunt makes the best gingerbread men.
Yeah.
But I love chocolate chip cookies.
Right.
But I still take, for Christmas purposes, I take gingerbread men.
100%,
What about you?
100%. I love gingerbread. It's just so good. For Christmas, I would 100% say gingerbread. So yeah, but chocolate chip cookies are good. But Christmas, can't go wrong with a good gingerbread.
Wonderful. Sam,
Yeah.
thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much.
It's always fun.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So, up next, Cameron McCarriola will be joining Luke Yost to talk about The Mandalorian. Plus, Derek Calvert will be joining me to talk about the latest in the music world. So stay with us here on RMU Extra.
Over. Chance high five.
All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
And welcome back to RMU Extra. I'm joined now by Cam McCarriola. Cameron,
Thanks
you're
for
usually on RMU tonight. Today, you're on RMU Extra.
Yeah.
We're talking about The Mandalorian. Cam, what got you started in Mandalorian? Was it a love of Star Wars prior to the show coming out?
Yes, it was exactly that. I've been in love with Star Wars ever since I was little. Started episode 1 all the way through episode 6, and then new Star Wars started coming along, TV shows, all in depth. I spent last during quarantine time, I binge watched every single one, including all the TV series that they had.
So let's go through that first season. I mean, a lot of things happened. One of the biggest things that I remember from that first season is not necessarily the episodes, but definitely the impact on pop culture with Baby Yoda.
Ooh.
How did you feel about just the first season in general?
Oh, I loved it. It was a lot of fun. Just seeing Baby Yoda come out of there was only one Yoda before, and now there's Baby Yoda, and you have to figure out where he came from, how he has the Force, and all that stuff. And then you have to find out this season, season 2, where he's going to go. Because the Mandalorian has a job to move him to the Jedi.
All right, this is the way, but I got to ask you this question. Cam, what do you think the next step for the series is? I know episode 3 of the second season comes out, I believe it's tonight, right? Or is it
The third
Friday?
one came out Friday already.
and then
It's
the
already
fourth one-
out.
yep,
So the
okay.
fourth one's coming up this week.
So let's just talk about this season so far, right?
Yes.
With 3 episodes, 4th will come out on Friday this week.
Yes.
They're usually about, 12 episodes a season-ish, roughly. So a third of the way through. What are your thoughts on it so far?
I love it so far. We've had 3 episodes, and each episode has brought out a character from a past show. The first one, there's a surprise character at the end, and then the third one recently, there's a big character from one of the TV shows they had that came in and surprised us. She was actually in both TV shows. So when I saw her come in, jaw dropped.
Where would you like to see the series take a turn, if you will, during the next couple episodes of the season? I mean, obviously they're going to end on a cliffhanger, set up a third season, hopefully.
Yeah.
But where would you like the season to go from there?
I would like to see a surprise, maybe a plot twist, because there is a character, one of the surprise characters, who is you don't know if he's a good or a bad guy, so you got to figure out how that goes along. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, finding out how he meets up with the Mandalorian and what aspect he puts in his life.
All right, and let's change up gears here real quick. What is your favorite Christmas tradition, Cam?
Oh, my favorite Christmas tradition? I would have to say probably leaving cookies out, even though, like, it takes a lot of effort to cook them. It's still fun.
All right, Cam. Cam, thank you. And now we're going to go over to Austin and Jared Calvert for more Jared's music. Austin, take it away.
Thank you, Luke. As you mentioned, Jared Calvert now joining me. Jared, you're on once again this year. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So I want to first ask you, what new music has dropped? Before we get into the Christmas-themed music, what new music has dropped this past week that you really like?
Oh, this past week, of course, we have Lil Uzi in Future dropping Pluto times Baby Pluto. Also within this month, we had Kodak Black, even though he's in jail, and he's set to be released 2022.
Oh, boy.
He dropped Bill Israel. Annalie Choppa at the beginning of the month dropped From Dark to Light. And Busta Rhymes, 22 years in the making, ELE2. And that one received a lot of hype since he's one of the legends in the game.
That's awesome. No matter what, they figure out a way to work and produce great music. So
exactly.
What would you say out of those 4 is your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one between Annalie Choppa, just because it was a completely different style than we're used to from him. But then again, who doesn't like Lil Uzi Vert? And that album was actually really good.
Yeah.
Him and Future really collabed well together.
I gave it a listen. I thought it was solid. I liked a lot of Lil Uzi's past songs, but I thought the album was okay.
Yeah, Lil Uzi did say that he's going back to his 2016 style, so we'll see next year.
I think that's a good thing. What music that's coming out a little bit later on, like this Friday coming up or even later on into the future, are you really looking forward to?
Oh, this Friday we have French Montana, Rich the Kid and NBA Youngboy, and Megan Thee Stallion. Rich the Kid was actually supposed to drop his collab album with NBA Youngboy last Friday, but since there's bad blood between him and Lil Uzi, he pushed it back a week so that way his sales would go up.
That makes sense. So recently the music world experienced a tough loss with King Von being shot. Tell us just a little bit about him.
Well, King Von, up and coming, 26 years old, who's really close with Chicago rapper Lil Durk. One night after he was celebrating seeing the sales from his album Welcome to O Block, he was out and it was ending up being a shootout. And he got hit, transported to the hospital in critical condition, passed away. And I'm just tired of seeing rappers passing away. Like every morning I wake up, it's just someone that I'm really starting to like bond with musically.
It's pretty sad once you start listening to their music consistently and then they're just gone.
And the bad thing is like I really enjoyed Welcome to O Block. Yeah. And it sucks because we're only going to have a handful of projects left from King Von.
We're still feeling that with Juice WRLD.
Yeah, we definitely are.
At least I am. But one song that has come out recently that I really like is Lil Nas X Holiday. I've been listening to it a lot in the car. Really? What do you think of it?
I don't think it's something I'd add to my playlist, but it's definitely something I can see on the radio. I definitely took in like, wow, he's really becoming this pop star, even though he blew up with one of the greatest songs ever, Old Town Road, which he referenced in the song. And he's saying, like, even if I fall off, I still have this, and this is what I'm going to be known for.
So another artist that I've started to like even more, the Kid Laroi. He's really been blowing up, and I know you've mentioned him in the past. Tell us a little bit more about him.
He's 17 years old.
Wow.
And he's
from Australia, right?
He's from Australia. If you didn't know that, he sure makes sure that people know he's from Australia. He's signed by Grade A Productions, so he's pretty much Juice WRLD's prodigy.
Yeah.
And his latest project, Savage, is beautiful. There's not one bad song on that project.
I agree.
Pikachu was really good. I think my favorite song was Tragic with NBA Youngboy, but also the single that came out before, So Done.
Lots of good options.
Done.
Quickly, what is your favorite Christmas song? You saw a couple of mine that I put on there with Jingle Bell Rock and Happy Christmas.
Believe it or not, I am not a big Christmas person, so I think it's only fitting that The Grinch is would probably be my favorite Christmas song.
That is not something I was expecting, but, you know, it's a different take, so I appreciate it. Jared, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Austin. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We're now going to send it over to Luke Yost for a very special Christmas message.
Thank you, Austin. We're here for the first ever Luke Yost Fireside Chat, and I just want to tell you that this year has been crazy. Obviously, January, February, and early March of 2020 feel like 5 years ago. Things that happened in your life that felt like a long time ago. I just want to tell you this. COVID cases are starting to rise again, right? The quarantine might happen a second time, quarantine 2 in 2020, who knows? But all I want to tell you is be safe out there. Enjoy your turkey. We have a Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey in a safe location. And hopefully by Christmas we can all get together and have a great time. And stay with us here on RMU Extra. And I'm talking to John Hanna about his top 8 musical songs from Christmas time. Stay with us here on RMU Extra.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to RMU Extra. I'm now joined by Colby Sherwin to talk about a Charlie Brown Christmas. Colby, you've come on to talk about Charlie Brown now for the third week.
Yeah, I think I need a break from Charlie Brown.
Let me first ask you, as we get our composure a little bit, are you happy to talk about Charlie Brown this much? I love Charlie Brown, but this is a lot of Charlie Brown discussion for you.
I do love Charlie Brown. I just think I need a little bit of break after we're done with this. It was a great Christmas special, but you know what? I don't think I'll be watching it this Christmas season.
Oh, well, all right. Well, you definitely watched it, though, to be able to talk about it now. So let me first ask you, what did you think of this Christmas special?
I loved it. When I came on the first time in October to talk about the Halloween special, I did say this was my favorite one, and that still holds true.
Okay.
Basically, just Charlie finds out the true meaning of Christmas, and we just follow along with that.
So what do you think is the best scene in the special? I really like that Charlie Brown just finds the true meaning of Christmas. I think it's really special.
I honestly like when Linus comes out on stage, he's asked for the light to be on him, and he just recites the Bible quote, and Charlie, the light bulb comes on in his head that what Christmas is about, and I just really thought that was a sweet scene.
So the episode aired in 1965, a long time ago now. Is there anything that when you watched it you noticed and could just kind of tell, like we mentioned in The Great Pumpkin, just kind of just gives the kind of ages the special a little bit.
To me, it was the very first scene. They're ice skating on ice, obviously, in a frozen lake. They're just singing the classic Charlie Brown Christmas song, but they cut to Snoopy, and he's skating, and the ice, it does not look good.
No.
And then there was a scene where Charlie Brown is walking, and it just doesn't look good when he's walking away from the camera. But other than that, it really doesn't. It aged very well.
All right. So Linus was your favorite character in The Great Pumpkin, and you said that Woodstock was your favorite in Thanksgiving. Who's your favorite Christmas character in Charlie Brown? I know, it's hard. I got to go with Charlie Brown, but what about you?
Man, that's a tough one. I think Lucy is in this one. She's just really funny in this one.
But Lucy doesn't pull the football away from Charlie Brown.
That is true. And that one is a better Lucy scene, but this one, she's more funny. She's just antagonizing Charlie Brown throughout it. My favorite joke is she's like, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" And he says nothing. And then she's like, "If you thought I was beautiful, you would say something," and just storms out. And I thought it was funny.
It's like a bad romance.
It really was. I honestly, I thought that was pretty funny.
Hard to have at the, around Christmas time.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, well. So rank, let me ask you 2 questions before we go. I want you to quickly rank the 3 specials and then give your thoughts just on the Christmas season in general.
So I originally said it was Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. I think I'm actually going to switch Thanksgiving to 3, Halloween to 2, and Christmas will still remain at 1, but I just thought the Halloween one was a little more funny.
So how special is Christmas to you?
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite holiday. I love all the songs. My family has a very big party with both sides of the family. You do get football sometimes, which is pretty nice, but I love giving gifts. I like hanging out with my family. My favorite tradition is my mom bakes some Christmas cookies, and we just drive around the neighborhood and look at other people's Christmas lights, and I just think it's really fun.
I do the same thing. Colby, thank you for coming on today. And
thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on all year. And Merry Christmas to you, too.
Merry Christmas.
We're now going to send it over to John Hanna and Luke Yost, another edition of John Hanna at the whiteboard. Let's see what's in store this time. It's going to be a good time. John and Luke.
All right, thank you, Austin. John Hanna alongside me. John, we were here last week talking about Thanksgiving food. We jumped ahead a month. We're into the holiday spirit, Christmas songs, if you will. John, let's start off number 8 on your board of fun.
Number 8, a movie I'm not a big fan of, but a song I love. Believe by Josh Groban. Theme song to Polar Express. Creepy movie. I can't spell, but that says believe enough.
Close enough.
Yeah, but Believe by Josh Groban. Great song, Josh Groban. Great voice. You hear mostly around the holidays, just like Michael Bublé.
Yep.
Can't name another Michael Bublé song.
Let's do 6 and 7. Let's knock them
All right.
out.
7,
the classics.
Last Christmas by Wham.
Last Wham.
Yes. Wham, George Michael is really the main.
It's an A and an S.
See, I don't spell, but you know the gist.
I got you.
If you're paying attention to the board, you're not listening
John,
to us.
Let's just keep the spelling
All right,
errors
number
at bay.
6.
Let's go to 6.
Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano.
Don't tell me about the spelling. Just worry about the first word.
Feliz Navidad, great holiday song. Great to get, Christmas is a global holiday.
It is.
You also have Mele Kalikimaka by Jimmy Buffett, but Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano, great song.
All right, number 5,
Number
John.
5, Santa Claus is coming to town, but not just any version of Santa Claus is coming to town. This is the version by Bruce Springsteen that was live.
Oh, the live version where he yells halfway through the song for no
Yes,
reason.
great song. Bruce Springsteen,
Incredible choice.
a great performer. And Clarence on the Clarence Thomas, Clarence Thomas was a Super Bowl judge.
Let's go.
But we're going down
top
to number
4. Here we go.
All right, Little Drummer Boy, also a great version by anyone, but I love the Bob Seger version. Bob
Seger, Little Drummer Boy.
Yep. Number 3, controversial. All I Want for Christmas.
Okay. So you're talking top 2's White Christmas by Bing Crosby and Jingle Bell Rock, right?
Not quite. You are right, sort of with number 2. Number 2 is all of the traditional Christmas songs. This is your, your Andy Williams, your Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra.
Crooners, if you will.
Yeah, your Oh Holy Night, Silent Night, Do You Hear What I Hear?
All right.
Because you'd have a list out of all of them.
That's a list of 100.
Number 1, TSO.
Okay.
Christmas Eve, Sarajevo. 1224. Great song. No singing in it, but it's a great song. I actually saw them live.
Great song every year.
Yes.
I don't put it on my Christmas tree. It's definitely the best of anybody
It
else.
is, yes. Yours, Cam's, Sam's, Colby's, mine, and then that's not
There's
a
the whole
Christmas
list
tree.
if you can
That's
see 'em.
That's not a Christmas tree.
All right, John, thank you for coming on. We might see us in a second, but when we come back to RMU Extra, we're going to talk about what's happening in the world of sports, what to watch, and we've got a special treat for our viewers. So stick with us here on RMU Extra.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Welcome back to RMU Extra. It's time for an abbreviated edition of This Week in Sports. So let's see what we got on the docket. The Steelers are moving now, Luke, to 9-0. Great season and a very impressive win against the Cincinnati Bengals at home.
One of the biggest starts in the history of the franchise. That's saying a lot. All those great teams they've had.
Yeah. Tua Tagovailoa improves to 3-0 as a starter for the Miami Dolphins. Big win for them.
I still think it's a questionable call taking Fitzpatrick out. He was getting hot in the season too, but Tua's definitely holding his own down there in Miami.
Tell us what's going on with the world of baseball.
So the Marlins hired the first female general manager, Kim Yang. If I said her name right, if I don't, I apologize. But she will be the first female GM for a Marlins team that is really good and has a shot at winning a lot of games this coming year.
First female GM ever in the history of pro sports, it's believed.
That is fair. Freeman and Abreu win MVP respectively for their leagues. Freddie Freeman, Jose Abreu, and Trevor Bauer and Shane Bieber won the Cy Young Awards. So all those Bauer outages and believers for Shane Bieber. We'll be very happy to see that.
Indeed. So, Luke, let's continue with the sports trend and tell me what you're what to watch.
All right, my what to watch is tonight's Monday Night Football game. We've got the Vikings sitting at a rough 3-5 and the Bears at 5-4. I'm not sure if the Bears are really true contenders or pretenders, and the Vikings right now trying to find footing. Mike Zimmer's got to get that team going right.
Yeah, not that great of a team, both teams really. My what to watch is the 2020 NBA Draft taking place Wednesday on ESPN at 7:30. There's some question marks as to who's going to be taking number 1 overall. It could be Anthony Edwards. It could be James Wiseman. It could even be LaMelo Ball.
It's going to be LaMelo Ball.
You think it is?
I think after that, I'm not sure how it's going to go, but LaMelo Ball is definitely a number 1 overall.
Minnesota needs a playmaker. I think James Wiseman got to go to the Warriors. I'm a big believer in Steph Curry. I like Steph Curry a lot, but
everybody likes Steph Curry. Steph Curry's a great guy.
You should like Steph Curry. But it's time for the very special message that we've been talking about throughout the whole year. Luke Yost has done
the last 3 episodes, last 3 weeks. We've been saying Christmas Carol. Let's take a look at what's transpired.
Luke Yost?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
I just want to tell you, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
That is indeed correct.
It is indeed correct.
Let's sing it.
Let's do it. Ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Here on RMU Extra. Thanks for watching. Wow, we got out in time.